Hi, and welcome to the channel, in which I talk about significant events in British history. Today, we'll be looking at the Middle Ages and how stinky they actually were. In the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail, two minor characters spot King Arthur. They know who he is because, as one of them points out, he must be king. He hasn't got poo all over him. The scene encapsulates an enduring belief about the Middle Ages. Medieval people, and especially medieval peasants, were dirty and smelly. This impression is bolstered by examples of real medieval people who rarely washed, such as Queen Isabella of Castile. She supposedly boasted that she had bathed only twice in her life, on the day she was born and on the day she married Ferdinand of Aragon. And it is undoubtedly true that, like everyone who lived before domestic plumbing and electricity became the normal, medieval people would have struggled to abide by modern standards of hygiene, even if they had wanted to. Nevertheless, we should not assume that pre-modern people were indifferent to personal hygiene, because we know that many people, including Isabella's own daughter, made significant efforts to keep clean. Joanna of Castile bathed and washed her hair so often that her husband feared that she would make herself ill. Archduke Philip's concerns for his wife were rooted in contemporary medical theory, which suggested that too much washing could weaken the body. But, on the other hand, it was widely acknowledged that regular washing was necessary for good health because it cleaned visible dirt from the body. Washing also removed the invisible excretions, including sweat, which was believed to be potentially harmful side products of digestion. If the latter were not removed, they could cause health problems such as skin conditions and parasitic infestations. Consequently, both medical writings and advice literature are full of exhortations to good hygiene. Readers were instructed to wash their hands, face and mouth every morning and to wash their hands throughout the day, particularly during meals. Contrary to popular belief, medieval doctors were enthusiastic about the benefits of bathing. They urged caution during epidemics because heating the body opened the pores to disease and because sickness spread easily in bathhouses. But they also thought that bathing could prevent and cure illness and prescribed it for conditions ranging from bladder stones to melancholy. Nightly bathing or foot washing was a popular late medieval cure for the common cold. So, the benefits of good hygiene were well established, but did medieval people follow the medical advice? All the evidence suggests that rich people washed regularly and spent a lot of money on making bathing a luxury experience. For example, by supplementing wood ash soap with expensive scented oils. Although he had many faults, King John almost certainly didn't smell. He travelled with a bathtub, employed a man bath, and once took 10 baths in 6 months. His descendants had even better facilities. In 1351, Edward IV bought new taps for his Westminster bath chamber, which had both cold and hot running water. Such luxury was limited to the grandest royal residences, but many households owned a large wooden tub lined with cloth and sometimes covered by a canopy, which could be filled with hot water heated from the fire. Ownership of basins and ewers, large jugs, used for washing their hands and face, extended to all but the poorest. Robert Oldham, a well-to-do Oxfordshire peasant, owned 2 basins and 4 ewers. Washing equipment made up a substantial portion of the possessions in his sparsely furnished home. Not all washing was done at home, and town dwellers could enjoy a trip to the public baths. Alexander of Neckham, who lived in Paris in the 1170s, complained that he was often woken by the morning by streetcars of "the baths are hot." A few decades later, there were at least 32 public baths in the city. During the summer, many people washed in rivers, lakes and ponds. Sadly, we know about such outdoor bathing practices mainly from coroner's records, which include numerous cases of death by drowning. One evening, in April 1269, 12-year-old John White took off his clothes and entered a certain stream to bathe. He was drowned by misadventure. The River Thames claimed the lives of several 14th century bathers, among them Robert de Lire, who went to the wharf and entered the river to bathe. No one being present, he was by accident drowned. Elsewhere, a 10-year-old boy drowned in a marketplace trough as he washed his hands and bowl after eating. Medical advice suggested that, as well as washing their bodies, people should wash their hair, chiefly because it was a form of excrement produced from the waste products of digestion, which rose as fumes to the uppermost part of the body. Consequently, hair should be washed at least once every 3 weeks. This opened the pores in the hair and head, releasing bad vapours from the body. Hair was cleaned with water, sometimes mixed with ash and herbs to make it shiny and sweet-smelling. Daily combing was also important and was sometimes combined with the sprinkling of special powders made from fragrant ingredients such as rose petals. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my videos, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content.